Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today I thought I'd do something a little bit different, and I am going to be reading an excerpt or whatever it's called from my mum's very first book, I Hope with Eating Disorders, and it's just going to be the myths and truths of bulimia. Just so you know, we are actually in the process of writing the second edition of this book, as it is now 6 years old. But I thought this was really interesting, this bit, and it's something that often gets forgotten. So myth number one is that bulimia sufferers are underweight. Whilst it's true some can be underweight, most often or not, most bulimia sufferers are either what you call normal weight, whatever that is to you, or they can be slightly overweight. So that's just something to be very aware of if you know someone who's possibly suffering or something like that. It's not always possible to diagnose someone with bulimia just by looking at their weight. Myth number two is bulimia is all about losing weight. We know this with a lot of different eating disorders actually. Often like the weight change and things like that can be a symptom of the eating disorder, but often with bulimia sufferers there's a lot more going on than just the kind of physical appearance of what they look like. Yes, they may think that their behaviours will cause them to lose weight, but at the same time they're often very low in self-esteem. They've often got a lot of guilt inside of them, and it's often those sort of feelings that fuel the bulimia rather than just the pure physical sign of just losing weight or a change in weight. Myth number three is that bulimia is less dangerous than anorexia. That couldn't be more wrong. Although with anorexia you usually see obviously the drastic weight loss most of the time, which can be quite shocking, often with a bulimia sufferer a lot of the damage to their bodies is going on inside their bodies, so it's not always something that you can visibly see, but by all means it's, you know, just as dangerous. The consequences on the body internally can be quite devastating, so it's always important to keep that in mind if you do know someone who's suffering, that there's a lot going on inside of them as well, and to always take it just as seriously. The next one is bulimia is about vanity. So probably like going back to my myth number two, I think it was, there's a lot more going on inside the person than just the bulimia itself. Whilst a lot of people with bulimia may act like they're confident, it is just, as it says, an act, and a lot of the time they're feeling very low inside themselves. They have probably almost no confidence at all, and it's just, I think it's like putting a face on, you know, when you wake up and put your makeup on. You know, it's something that's quite easy to hide a lot of the times if you're not looking out for certain signs. So whilst someone with bulimia may come across as very confident and that they're using it just as an act of vanity, often there's so much more going on behind closed doors. My last but not least myth is that a certain type of person suffers from bulimia. As we know with all mental illnesses, and actually from the research Mum and I have been doing for the original Hope with Eating Disorders and the second edition that's coming out next year, there are so many people that suffer from eating disorders that you wouldn't even know, and especially bulimia, as it can be quite well hidden unless generally you're with that person quite a lot, you tend to notice the signs. There are so many more people that suffer from it. It can affect absolutely anyone, no matter what age, gender, race, anything. So that's the end of this video. It's short and sweet but very important myths, and I hope they help to broaden your eyes to bulimia and what goes on inside the sufferer sometimes. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.